So here we are at the fence. You might be wondering why we have a fence in the middle of our campus. It doesn't really seem to serve any kind of real purpose, and there is a story behind it. When our school was founded, this location, called The Cut, was actually a very large and deep ravine. So there was a bridge on this location, and the students would hang out on the bridge. They'd make dates there. It was kind of a great spot on campus for socializing. But when construction started happening in the university in the early 1900s, displaced a lot of dirt, so they used that dirt to fill in the ravine, and they didn't need a bridge any longer. The students were really disappointed to lose their favorite meeting spot, so the graduating class of 1923 erected a fence in the bridge's honor. And that was a spot for students to hang out. But the administration was very disappointed with this. They didn't want the students loitering on the middle of campus, and they thought the fence was an eyesore, so they decided to tear it down. However, the night before it was to be torn down, the legend of the fence tells us that a group of fraternity brothers painted an advertisement on the fence for a party they were going to be having. And because everyone sees the fence at least once every day, it serves as an excellent message board. Everyone knew about the fence, and the legend says it was the most successful party in our school's history. The administration relented. They let us keep the fence to use as a message board, and we've been using it for that express purpose ever since. We paint all kinds of messages on the fence, and it's actually so popular we have a number of rules surrounding its use. The first of which is you have to paint it between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m. with no exceptions. Second rule is you got to have 2 members of your organization, whatever group you might be with, claiming the fence on the gravel area around the fence at all times for as long as you want your message to stay on the fence. So if that means you want your message there for a week, you're staying there for a week. We have electrical outlets around the fence in the clock tower so that students can plug in space heaters or stereos or laptops, anything they need to make the fence a livable area. A lot of students will erect tents. More recently, they've been starting to build shacks out of plywood. It's a lot of fun here out at the fence. The other rule is that you have to use handheld paintbrushes and you have to paint the fence in its entirety. If campus police catches you painting the fence with spray paint or rollers, they will give you a ticket for vandalism. This is actually not the original fence that I'm sitting on. The original was in the Guinness Book of World Records. It was the most painted upon object in the world. But in 1993, it did collapse under its own weight. It was about 70 years old. It rotted out and fell over. So we replaced it with a steel reinforced concrete fence. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. The original fence had about 6 inches of paint on it. They've taken core samples of this version, and we have about 4 inches of paint, so we are working hard on beating the old record.